Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county government. I'm your host and Assistant County Manager, Leanne Thomas. Today you'll learn about County Commissioners' actions from the June 4th meeting. Commissioners approved the alignment for Phase 2 of the Bartow Northern Connector, which extends from U.S. Highway 17 to State Road 60. Transportation Director Jay Jarvis has the project details.
The first item that we brought before the board was a realignment study for the Bartow Northern Connector Phase 2, which connects Highway 17 to 60, and the board approved an alignment going through the Clear Springs property instead of along 91 Mine Road. This is simply a connector to continue on with Bartow Northern Connector from 98 to 60 to help with moving traffic around Bartow area.
In addition to the alignment, the board approved a consultant services authorization of approximately $2.4 million with Pittman Hardenstein and Associates for the Bartow Northern Connector project. The consultant will provide engineering services for the design and permitting of the second phase of the roadway. Jay Jarvis rejoins us with more information on the agreement.
The second item was a consultant services agreement with Pittman Hardenstein to do the design and permitting of the Bartow Northern Connector Phase 2 from 17 to 60 based on this revised alignment that was approved by the board today.
For many years, Polk County has paved or stabilized existing clay roads at the request of property owners. The landowners who benefited from the improvement would pay a portion or all of the project cost through special assessments. Over the years, a number of residents have not paid their portion. In order to collect the delinquent funds, the board adopted an initial assessment resolution on 10 road improvement projects. The resolution allows the county to collect the delinquent funds by placing them on the landowner's annual tax bill. The board will consider the final assessment resolution in a public hearing set for Tuesday, July 9th at 1:30 p.m. Board members approved the receipt of a $100,000 gift for Circle B Bar Reserve and the Nature Discovery Center. The gift was left to Circle B by Charles Gene Angel upon his death in November 2012. Charles was a conservation leader and activist in Polk County. We are honored to have been bestowed this gift by such a respected community member. Parks and Natural Resources Director Jeff Spence has more details on the gift.
The Board of County Commissioners accepted a gift from the estate of Charles Chuck Gene Angel. Chuck was a volunteer that spent countless hours assisting the county in environmental areas. He was a volunteer out at Circle B Bar Reserve. He volunteered on our Citizens Advisory Committee for Environmental Lands. And unfortunately, Chuck passed away last year. And in his will, he left $100,000 to be used at Circle B Bar for the development of educational activities at Circle B. And we were very pleased to accept this gift.
The board approved the preliminary fiscal year 2013-2014 budget for the Polk County Workforce Development Board. The total budget approved was approximately $11.5 million. Commissioners also approved a memorandum of understanding with the board for the delivery of Workforce 2020 business services. Stacey Campbell-Domineck, President and CEO of the Workforce Development Board, has more information on the program.
We had first our preliminary budget for us to begin operation on July 1, which begins our fiscal year. And we also had a memorandum of understanding for us to operate business services. These are two items that go before the board each year based on the Workforce Accountability Act that was put in place last year. And so what this means for the Polk County citizens is that we can continue to operate as a workforce board to serve them and help put them in employment.
The board adopted a resolution in support of the Winter Haven Chamber of Commerce's initiative to have the botanical gardens at Cypress Gardens and the Ski Show Circle placed on the National Register of Historic Places. In regular board action, commissioners approved the minutes from their board meeting held on May 21st. They also approved the consent agenda, as well as disbursements from the county comptroller. Acting as the Eloise Community Redevelopment Agency, the board approved the minutes from the January 8th Community Redevelopment Agency board meeting. Polk County Utilities recognized 4 students whose artwork won ribbons in the Polk County Utilities 2012 Water Conservation Art Contest and is now featured in the 2013 Conservation Calendar. Congratulations to Kamari Thomas, Casey Myler, Brianna Heath, and Courtney Murphy. Thank you for sharing your artwork with us. Board members appointed Reverend Ronnie Moats to the Community Relations Advisory Council for a 4-year term that expires in June 2017. During the public hearings, commissioners adopted an inventory of property held by the county that is appropriate for use as affordable housing. Every 3 years, Florida statute requires the county to compile such an inventory and review it in a public hearing. The last inventory was completed in 2010. The board heard the first of 2 required readings for consideration of the Land Development Code amendment to allow additional retail and commercial uses as conditional uses within the Employment Center X district of the North Ridge Selected Area Plan in Northeast Polk County. The second reading is scheduled for Tuesday, June 18th. Lastly, in compliance with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, commissioners amended the Land Development Code to address several issues relating to floodplain management and resource protection. R.J. Walters, Communications Specialist for the Transportation Planning Organization, joins us now with an update on transportation projects in Polk County.
Thanks, Leanne. It's that time of year. School's out for summer, and that might mean loading into a vehicle for a 1,000-mile trip to anywhere USA. But here in Polk County, the Polk County Transportation Planning Organization wants to remind you that the most cost-effective, organic method of travel requires looking no further than just past your kneecaps. The Polk Green is a network of trails that is perfect for an early summer morning jog, evening stroll with dog, or simply a convenient way to get to your favorite ice cream shop or local restaurant. At Polk TPO's Transportation School on May 30th, it was a tale of the trails, essentially a look at the overwhelming investment Polk County and local municipalities have made to expand its trail network in the last 25 years. Ryan Kordek, a senior planner for the TPO, told the audience that in 1989, Polk County was home to just 2 multi-use trails covering 4.5 miles, and today the county has more than 375 miles of multi-use trails, including canoe trails and accessibility for inline skating, biking, running, walking, and equestrian. As Andy Palmer, an employee of the Leisure Services Division for the City of Winter Haven, put it, it's to infinity and beyond with the trail network. Even Buzz Lightyear might be rendered speechless by the vast amount of trail options stretching from the Green Swamp all the way down through the Lake Wales Ridge State Forest. One exciting trail extension the Polk TPO is proud to discuss the progress on is ongoing construction to the Upper Peace Legacy Trail at the south end of Lake Hancock. While the Southwest Florida Water Management District oversees the construction of water filtration ponds to help clean up the water coming out of Lake Hancock, crews are also busy at work extending the Upper Peace Legacy Trail by approximately 8 miles, pushing it closer to State Road 540 as it loops around the lake. The trail, which sits on Circle B Bar Reserve, is a prime example of making one of Florida's wondrous natural landscapes more accessible and user-friendly, while carefully executing plans that protect resources and wildlife. Several great resources are online to help you navigate the layout of local trails and plan for that next memory-making excursion around the Imperial County. You can learn more about some of the county's longest, highest traffic trails on visitcentralflorida.org, or you can map out a route for your next jog or biking outing at mapmyride.com. As it's my job to cut through the planning jargon and dense documents and put the most applicable information in your hands, I'd like to offer you a few more fast and friendly summer tips from the Polk TPO as you consider your comings and goings this summer. Sticking with the theme of one foot before the other, a fun website to check out is walkscore.com. On this national website, you can type in an address and it will provide you with a walk score, transit score, and or bike score that measures the convenience and mobility options of a residence. If you're just getting out of a lease or looking to buy a new house, it's a great tool to see how connected you are to amenities without the need to strap on your seatbelt. But it is also a tool to help you discover new connections, routes, and transportation options that you may have overlooked in the vicinity of your current home. Your residence will fall somewhere between car-dependent living and a walker's paradise, so go to walkscore.com and let the fun begin. The Polk TPO realizes that the majority of people still rely on their feet to push pedals and not on bikes, and that's why I'm also going to recommend utilizing Florida's statewide 511 system as you travel around the state this summer. My Florida 511 provides updates and alerts on major construction projects and road emergencies that are causing road closures and/or major delays. It can help motorists avoid potential problem spots and offer detour options to get you to your destination quicker. You can sign up for email alerts from Florida 511 by going to fl511.com, or iPhone and iPad users can download the 511 app at the Apple Store. fl511.com is also constantly updated with layered maps and breaking alerts. In the midst of summer vacations and runs through the sprinkler, it's still business as usual though here for the Polk TPO and the TPO Board. The TPO Board's next meeting is scheduled for 9 a.m. on Thursday, June 13th. It's going to be held at the Ritz Theater in Winter Haven, and several presentations will be made focusing on the TPO's regional transportation involvements and efforts. The public is welcome to attend, and you can also enjoy the PGTV broadcast live right here or streaming online at polk-county.net/PGTV. In a few weeks, I'll be back with some road construction updates and a report from the June 13th meeting. But right now, I'm going to go download the Florida 511 app and get back to business. With the information and updates on the plan that moves Polk, I'm RJ Walters.
To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We also encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, June 18th. Thank you for watching this edition of Dateline Polk.